Welcome to the stream, everyone. Thank you guys for stopping by. I'm starting off today talking about Twitter for streamers. I posted on Twitter yesterday asking everybody to drop their biggest concern about Twitter as a content creator and as a streamer. Rather than just seeing Twitter growth, I want you guys to see Twitch growth. Don't use it as a marketing tool while marketing with it. That's kind of a weird balance that I'll get into a little bit later through some of these questions, but it is a really weird balance of not using it as an overt marketing tool, but still using it to market and see results. The first question that I had was, how do I reach people outside of streamer Twitter? And that's something that I've thought about a lot. As a small streamer, it's very easy to get stuck in a very small circle and it feeds itself and you don't get out of that. Just start searching hashtags. So don't just search hashtags for streaming related things and gaming related things, but search hashtags for things that you're passionate about in general, just in your everyday life. What do you like doing? And then you can start branching out and finding people with similar interests. I know I say don't use a lot of hashtags, and I stand by that. Using hashtags in a little bit of an unorthodox way, instead of tweeting with them, you search for them, works out much better in the long run. Most people don't search for hashtags unless it's related to a specific event or place that they're going to and they want more information on that. They're not going to search hashtag gamer. They're not going to search hashtag mixer or hashtag Twitch streamer. They're going to search for hashtag PAX or hashtag TwitchCon 2020. You know, these are things that they're actually going to search hashtags for. But if you search for hashtags that are related to things that you enjoy and you do in your everyday life, you can then find people with those similar interests and connect with them and then bring them into your circle. And you can kind of step outside of that little bubble that we all get sucked into so very easily on streamer Twitter, where it's just an endless cycle of complaining about titties, and God, it's a fucking mess sometimes. A lot of people see hashtags as a way to widen their reach, and hashtags are becoming less and less effective as Twitter itself develops and grows and market tastes change. Josh Stryker asks, what has been your most successful tweet? Hi, by the way. No, that's not the tweet. That's not the tweet. What was the exact wording on that? It was just like, drinking G Fuel will not make you a better streamer. And people just really loved that. And that was the first tweet that I had on this account to break 1,000 likes. One of the biggest things is when you go from being somebody, as a lot of us are, who's not very popular most of their life, and who most of the time people aren't really paying attention to your opinion, and you have a very small voice in even your local community. Once you start to get a little bit of status in the streaming community or content creation community, it's very easy to just use every second of the day to hop on your soapbox. And so that's something that I've tried really hard to get better at, is not using every single tweet to talk about, don't do this, don't do that, you're so stupid if you do this. I'm trying really hard to kind of be a little bit more positive with it, but unfortunately, like you just said, Josh, anti-something divides opinions. Yeah, those are the tweets that seem to do really well. If every single tweet that you post is anti-this or anti-that, you kind of... I was thinking about this the other day. There are people in the streaming community, obviously I'm not going to mention their names, but there are people that I steer clear of, and I've actually muted them because literally every single tweet that they post is anti this, anti that, cancel so-and-so, oh my God, how are you so stupid? Have you seen this guy? Look at this clip. Look at how awful this person is. And yeah, I mute those people. And I'm nervous to interact with them. I don't want to interact with them, and I try to steer clear of them because I don't want to become the target of that. You know, I don't want that to, you know, a lot of them have huge followings, and I don't want them to like latch onto one thing that I say in a comment somewhere. You know, I try to keep things as peaceful as possible, but I have a habit of saying that things that people don't like, apparently, even though I try to remain relatively chill. I still have a lot of people already who don't like what I say sometimes. So why am I going to interact with somebody whose whole shtick is being negative and trying to cancel people? Going live tweets are really really ineffective when you're just starting out. They are a massive waste of time. Hold on one second. The issue with most going live tweets is the formula breaks down as, hey guys, going live, playing some Halo, hashtag mixer streamer, hashtag gamer, hashtag sup streamers, hashtag support small streamers, hashtag, and then they have a link, and then that's it. That doesn't work, and that's why people get so frustrated. I did that for a while before I started using my damn brain and thinking about my past experience. I was approaching it the same way. I had like 100 followers or so on Twitter, and I was just, every time I'd go live, I'd just send something like that. I was even using GIFs every now and then, you know, I'd throw a GIF in there. But if you are just doing that and you don't already have a following who's interested in your content, then you're not going to see any results from it. It's just a fact. You won't see results from it. And that's why so many streamers right off the bat get frustrated, is because even streamers with 1,000 followers, 2,000 followers, a few thousand followers, if you're not creating content on Twitter that interests people, then they're not going to click that link and go off of Twitter to see more content from you. What you have to be doing is creating actual content that fits your brand and tells people what you're about and what you have to offer to them of value, whether it's entertainment, information. That is how you get people to pay attention to your going live tweet, not necessarily how you format it. Formatting definitely helps. Like we were talking about hashtags, I would try to leave hashtags out of it completely. Like, do not put hashtags in your going live tweets. This is a terrible look, and it looks like you're advertising. The point of a going live tweet is not to advertise to people that are not in your community, because those people are not going to click it. You're not going to have somebody scrolling through the Mixer streamer hashtag or the Twitch streamer hashtag or gamer and go, ooh, that guy's live. I'll click it, sure. No, they're not going to do that. If they're going to click that link, they're already in your community, they're already invested in your brand, they're already invested and interested in you as a person. Why would you try to make it look like you're blatantly advertising? People don't want to be advertised to, and hashtags come off very much like an advertisement these days. What you want to do is try to make your going live tweets as personal as possible and feel like you're talking directly to the people in your community. That one person that sees that, you need to make them feel like you're talking directly to them. Somebody asked, you know, what should I be putting out as far as content? What does creating content on Twitter mean? That's absolutely what it is. You have to tap into using emotional intelligence. It's something that's becoming really popular in the marketing industry today, is emotional intelligence in your strategy and finding out what the general vibe of the community or just the world in general even is feeling, and then putting out a little piece of something that fits into the wider story like you just mentioned. And those are the tweets that seem super simple and might be kind of dumb sometimes. It taps into something that's bigger, and that's why they blow up. And that still actually is creating content, even if it's a very basic tweet and it's kind of dumb sounding. That took emotional intelligence to hit and to pop off. Even relating stuff to your own story. I missed that. There's a narrative that people are interested in, even relating stuff to your own story. Yeah, it's all about creating that overarching narrative through paying attention to what's going on around you and the community that you're in. Just because a tweet is simple doesn't mean that it's not content. And especially once you get into, like I was doing for a while and still will time to time, posting videos and things like that, you have to really think about that. It would take me sometimes an hour and a half, 2 hours just to make a minute and a half, 2-minute video for Twitter, because I was sitting there just writing everything down and then editing it heavily to try and get to the actual, like, just bare bones meat of what I wanted to say so that I could fit it into 2 minutes, first of all, and then trying to figure out how to make it engaging and interactive and put it out there in a way that's not only to the point, but is also entertaining and is going to encourage people to share it. It takes a lot of work, even if it's just a short video. And I know I wasn't even putting a lot of work into like editing. I did most of them in one take, and I would just shoot it over and over and over. Basically being able to take a broad idea and editing it down into something that's concise and to the point that's going to actually perform well is really hard. And that especially people who aren't very good with computers or don't have a lot of time, that can turn them off from it, and they don't want to actually, they'd rather just click the go live button and stream for 5 hours rather than take the time to learn how to edit it, because it seems like, well, why would I take time to do that when I could be streaming and growing my channel? When in reality, learning how to edit and learning how to do these things and create video clips and create visually appealing content for Twitter, for YouTube, for Instagram is going to pay off much better in the long run. If you're going to do a clip on Twitter, it's really important to have a little intro or a little outro with your actual channel name and your socials and your info on it. People are generally lazy, and you don't want to make them search you out. You want to make it as easy as possible. Put it right in front of them and go, hey, if you like this clip, this is my name, this is what I do, this is other places you can find me. Boom, there you go. What do I do if my opinions don't line up with popular streamer hive mind? Basically, if the general consensus on streamer Twitter is very much against my point of view, how do I be myself and connect with other people without getting targeted and basically blacklisted right off the bat? They were genuinely scared that they were going to get blacklisted because of being themselves on Twitter. And this all comes back to what we were talking about earlier, how some people just feel like they can't talk about things because there's people in the community who are just hunting for things to jump on to boost themselves up. Yeah, like we were talking about earlier, people love to just scour Twitter and find things to jump on that can bring others down so that they can boost their clout and get, you know, everybody jumps on and goes, woo, yeah, good job canceling that bastard. Oh, they suck, don't they? And while this is useful sometimes, because there have been some really shitty people in the streaming community that have been completely shut down because of this, and that's great. But the fact that some people are genuinely scared that they can't voice their opinion because they're going to get canceled is kind of sad. The biggest thing that I can say is don't be scared to voice your opinion. Obviously, if you have an opinion that is horrible, then you need to worry about more than what you're putting on Twitter. I'm just gonna say that. If you have an opinion that women are stealing your views, don't fucking say that. Don't say it. Don't blast that out on Twitter and go, you're goddamn turning into a porn site. Don't do that. Like, you're just making your life much harder. It's just not going to go well for you. You need to look at why you feel that way. And the same thing is, like, if you think that guy who was doing blackface, like, oh, there's nothing wrong with that, it was a joke, can't you take a joke? Like, look at yourself. That's how you avoid getting canceled. Don't be an asshole. That goes into, I have an opinion that is generally in life considered to be wrong. You know, if you have an opinion that is generally in all of existence considered to be archaic and racist and sexist or misogynistic, then don't put that out on Twitter and figure out why you feel that way. That's how you avoid cancel culture. That's how you avoid getting blacklisted. So I think that the fact that a lot of these small streamers are looking around and seeing every single day someone's getting canceled and shut down and blacklisted, and the fact that they're scared about that is really sad. The fact that they feel like they can't voice a genuine opinion is terrible. I hate that people feel that way, and I think it would be really nice to start getting away from that in this year, but there are some very large streamers who feed off of that, and that's how they seem to remain relevant, is by stirring the pot.